I'm Anton.
That can't be. A baby? Mine?
Yes.
On this day, I gave birth to a baby. No!
Ah, Emily!
And it was from my back. Authentically, a baby born from my back, growing by taking my blood and my flesh. It's sleeping.
Plus, this baby looks sort of like Anton.
What?
The story goes back a few months. I wonder what it is. My name is Emily. One day, I had a small pimple on my back. I heard it's not a good idea to squash it, but it's okay if it's just this. Ugh. I was somewhat unnerved, so I squashed the pimple. The next morning, I noticed that the spot where I had squashed the pimple was inflamed and swollen. This is yesterday's. I hope it doesn't leave a scar. This much is nothing to worry about. That's what I thought, and didn't pay attention to it at the time. But it was on this day that everything started to go wrong. Huh? It doesn't seem to be going away. A few days went by, and the inflammation seemed to be getting a little bigger instead of subsiding. I was taking care of it by applying over-the-counter remedies just in case, but it's still getting bigger. With each passing day, the area where I had squashed the pimple became more and more swollen, and now it looked like maybe a small lump had formed, or it was a hard bump. Oh no, I wonder if bacteria got inside or something. But I was too busy with work that I couldn't quite find time to go to the hospital. I decided to just apply ointment for rough skin and pimples and see how it goes for a few more days. But then around that time, I started having nightmares at night. I started hearing a baby's cry night after night. I wonder if a baby was born at the neighbor's house. I didn't think there was any sign of that happening to the neighbors. Wow, Mitchell is going to be a mom. Wow, wonderful. Then one day, I learned through social media that my friend Mitchell, who got married late last year, was pregnant. A baby, huh? It must be so cute to have your own baby. I think I'd like to have one someday too, but it's still a faraway fairy tale for me. That's what I thought. Lori, if you had a child of your own, what would you name it? A child? Yeah, I heard that a friend of mine is expecting a baby, and I've been thinking about it a lot since then. Really? Well, I haven't really thought much about it, but maybe Baby Lori or something.
What kind of sense do you have?
What about you, Emily? If it's a boy, Jacob. If it's a girl, I was thinking, how about Olivia? Isn't it lovely? Yes, it is.
Hey, Emily, doesn't your right shoulder look unusually swollen today?
What? But that day, it was the first time the bump on my back was pointed out by Anton.
Oh, yeah? Only your right shoulder looks oddly raised.
It's nothing. It's just shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads? Are they trending?
By this time, the bump had grown so large that you could even see it through my clothes. I began to spend more days trying to manage to cover it up. Has it gotten bigger again? If I leave it, it would eventually get smaller. Despite those thoughts to the contrary, the bump kept getting bigger.
Wait, it's definitely strange.
Soon, I could no longer fake it. What's happened with that? Well, this is, the bump on my back had grown to the size of a human head.
What the hell is this?
I'm surprised, Lori. I couldn't hide it any longer, so I decided to have all the handymen take a look. When I squashed a pimple I had on my back, it got bigger and bigger.
A pimple?
And then I got kind of scared and couldn't even go to the hospital.
This is a bump. Well, it can only be described as that.
It's quite soft.
I think you'd better go to the hospital and be honest.
Yes, you're right. When I thought that maybe they'll find something seriously wrong with me, my legs naturally steered away from the hospital.
Emily, isn't this moving a little?
Huh? When I was told that, I did feel like the bump was somewhat moving a little. The next moment,
Emily!
I was suddenly struck by severe pain. The bump began to throb and ache. And that's not all. Ugh!
It's moving on its own!
The bump started moving even more violently. It was as if it was saying to get it out of here.
This is serious! The chances of it being lipoma is high. Involuntary movements are puzzling, though. But if we just remove it, there shouldn't be any problem.
I had Dr. Asagiri at the university hospital take a look at the bump. Ugh! Oh, it hurts! It really hurts! It's going to be born!
It's gonna be born?
The words leaked out unexpectedly from my mouth as I writhed in extreme pain.
Could this be a stem's contraction? If so, this is a...
Hearing that, Dr. Asagiri suddenly changed his expression. I was then put under general anesthesia and underwent surgery to remove the bump.
This is a...
Dr. Asagiri, who cut open the bump with a scalpel, seemed very surprised. Because, from the huge bump that had formed in my back, a human baby had come out. Gah! When I awoke from the anesthesia, I was about to pass out again soon after learning what happened. There was a baby lying in a crib beside me. This can't be true! That can't be! A baby?
Yes,
Where did this baby come from?
from your back.
My back? I had never heard or seen anyone give birth to a child from their back. No!
Emily!
I couldn't take it anymore and ran out of there. What?
A baby, you say? Yes.
It's sleeping.
Plus, this baby looks sort of like Anton. What? That's not true, right?
That's so impure.
No, I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything.
Before I knew it, I found myself in the dense forests in the mountains behind the hospital. What is this? What the hell is going on? I ran out without any shoes on. I want to think it's a dream, but this is not. A baby had been born from my body. So I thought back to my most recent actions, whether there was any chance at all. No, I know this is actually impossible, to have given birth. I don't even have a partner right now, and to have given birth to a baby out of my back? Mom?
What's the matter, Emily?
After dark, I contacted my mother at home with my phone, which happened to be in the pocket of my hospital gown.
Emily? Are you crying? Emma?
Oh, but I couldn't confide even in my own mother about such a thing. I couldn't believe that I had become a mother by giving birth to a child I didn't even remember having out of my back. Ugh. I wasn't ready for this yet in my heart. What will happen to my life from now on? I don't even know who the father is. How could I possibly raise a child? And then... Mom! What? Who are you? A strange girl appeared in front of me. It's me! I'm your child! It seems that the child born from that bump has already grown up this much. How could you have grown so much already? Am I a good girl? Stop! Don't come near me! Wait a minute. Don't go, Mom. My mommy. I'm not your mom. Why would you say such a horrible thing? I'm your child. Stop it. Stop it, please. Just stop. I woke up in the middle of the woods. I must have spent the night without knowing it. A dream? But it seemed it was not a dream that I had given birth to a child. A zinging pain in the affected area of the back where the incision was made brought me back to reality. Just then...
Emily. There you are, Emily. I've been looking for you for a while.
Anton brought the baby that came out of my bump. No. Stop it, Anton. Don't let that baby near me.
Listen to me, Emily. I get it.
No! I don't want to hear anything anymore.
The thing is, look closely. This child.
No! I was scared. It was a nightmarish event, so far from my ideal life plan. To have had a baby out of my back, I just couldn't accept that. However...
Don't worry, it's not alive.
What?
The baby is not alive.
Even Dr. Asagiri came and said something shocking. You mean... it died?
No, it was never alive to begin with. It was born without life, or in other words, it's just a lump of meat doll. Unless you have some kind of extraordinary technology that installs life into itself, that's another story.
I was confused even more by Dr. Asagiri's explanation. What does that mean?
It's a teratoma.
Teratoma?
Teratoma is a tumor that is surrounded by a fibrous pouch. It is a tumor of the original embryonic cells. The pouch may be filled with disorganized human body parts such as brains, limbs, or internal organs.
A pouch? Parts? What do you mean by all of that? It was the name of a disease I had never heard of before in my life.
Teratoma itself is not that rare. There was a case of a 12-year-old girl who produced a 6-kilogram parasitic tumor.
12 years old?
And the teratoma can occur in various parts of the body. They tend to occur in the center of the body, but in your case, it seems to have very rarely appeared on the back.
So basically what you're saying is…
Well, the parts of the human body that are normally packed in a disorganized order inside a teratoma were miraculously put together and formed a grown baby.
Then…
That's right, you didn't give birth to a baby. You merely removed a tumor in the shape of a human being.
No way. That's right, it wasn't that I became a mother. So you're saying that it's not my child?
That's it.
Thank God. Hearing that, I relieved the weight on my chest. So then, the fact that it looks somewhat similar to Anton was…
Just a coincidence. The cause of teratoma is still unknown because it is an unknown field. But it's a wonder that such a thing can happen.
The human body is a mystery, isn't it?
Afterwards, I visited the temple, and after conducting the appropriate memorial service, I cremated it. That child may have had no life from the beginning, but it made no difference, because it was born from me, a piece of life. Goodbye, Olivia. And I gave the child a name. I'm sure we'll meet again. Until then, goodbye. If there had been another way to have met, some things might have been different. I couldn't help thinking about that.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Come back again for more, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.